Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers Generation Selects War for Cybertron Trilogy Deluxe Class Hubcap. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging, and of course this isn't anything new to anybody who collected War for Cybertron Trilogy. I don't really know that... I don't remember them having these packages here anytime recently. I think Legacy was the last time I saw one of these, or at least the last time I picked up one that was in this packaging. But here we go, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, and you know, I'm talking about the brown box packaging, not the War for Cybertron logoing. And then we've got that nice spray painted Autobot logo that's kind of drippy, and then some Cybertronian right here, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, 8-and-up Hasbro. On this side, warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print. Recycled stuff, that thing. And then on this side again, just where the Autobot symbol wraps around there. On the bottom flap, authentic, a barcode, some more small fine legalese made in Vietnam, print and symbols I'm not going to learn, and then deluxe class hubcap WFC GS13 includes figure, one accessory, and instructions. Generation Selects Takara Tomy. And then on the back, guess what? Nothing. It is just plain brown. What can brown do for you? Get out of this packaging. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure in his alt mode and his accessories. And first up we have the handy dandy instruction manual. And even though this doesn't say Earthrise on it, it's Earthrise. So, anyway, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Generations Transformers Hubcap. And then small fine legalese, probably made in China print. Symbols I'm not going to learn, and Hasbro print. On the inside of the packaging, nice clear illustrations, fairly easy to follow. You haven't been collecting Transformers very long if you don't already know how to transform this guy. And I have to say, it took me a while to pick this one up. I wasn't sure if I was going to or not, but that's a nice look at the handy dandy instructions there. And so again, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this guy up or not, but I did. Because I wanted to complete the mini-bots, and since Huffer is in hand now, I decided to go ahead and pick them up because this is the only mini bot that's out in deluxe class that I don't have. So I will say it's a nice bright color and nice Autobot tampo there. And this mold is pretty cool anyway. I like it. I like Cliff Jumper, I like Bumblebee, and so this mold is good, even though Bumblebee is like a heavy retool of this mold, and Goldbug. I still, Cliff Jumper, Bumblebee, I like these molds. It's got a nice black paint app here on the back for the back windows, and it's kind of a smoky transparent right here, and I want to say these are paint apps, even though it's the transparent plastic is the whole front here. So overall, again, just like Cliff Jumper, very nice. Some more paint apps on the back for the lights and stuff would have been nice. Got some nice paint apps here on the front as well, and then silver for the wheels. And overall, you know, it's nice looking, and I do like this mold. Overall, it has some issues, but still, there is that. Now, let's move him out of the way. And of course, if you have Cliff Jumper, and who else? Bumblebee came with all this mess too, didn't he? The Netflix Bumblebee. So, here it is, a nice big old bazooka gun. It's got a bipod right here on the front. I guess it could be a sniper rifle, but I don't think that's what it was. And then, of course, all these pieces are removable, and these come apart, and this comes apart. And then, you know, these two can be separate blaster pistols, or, you know, what have you. On Bug Bite, I turned them into a jetpack. Or did I? Maybe, I think I did. Yes, on Bug Bite, I turned them into a jetpack. And so if you want to see that, I think the Bug Bite review is, I think I've reviewed Bug Bite. I'm pretty sure I did. And then this piece, it can be used as a club or energon collector or whatever. And it also has a hinge right here where it opens up. And the car mode also, just like the others on this mold, has that water mode as well. And you take this one, and you see in the back here where you have visible hand syndrome, there's two open ports right there, and these two little posts on this tab into that. And that is, if I can do it on camera. And it doesn't seem to want to. Give me just a second, folks. Alright, so there, I got that in place. There's also a post right here and a port that matches up to it, and you just plug all that into place. So now that is ready. You've got these pieces here, and you can see right here in the handle there's a port and there's a tab, or it's a slot, my bad. And then there's a tab right here. And you line those up. And because of the paint on this figure, and I'm guessing a lot of this is paint, it doesn't really want to fit like it's supposed to. So then you do the same thing. It's another, you know, it's got a slot in the handle, and then a tab on the side here. And you put that into place, and then we're almost done. You notice right up here, a slot and a slot, and then these ski pieces have tabs on them. So you face the ski forward, and then tab it into place. And just do the same on the other side. And they stay in there okay, but if you bump it too much, it does come loose. So there you have it, my friends. There he is in ski water mode. And I'll say this looks okay. You know, it harkens back to one episode that this character wasn't even in, but because he's on that same Cliff Jumper mold, and Cliff Jumper did this, he does get, you know, the same treatment, because the only thing that's different is the colors and the head on it. But there we have it, my friends. There is a look at the figure and his accessories, and both his alt modes. It's time for alt mode comparisons. And here we have the Transformers Generation Selects War for Cybertron Trilogy, I'm going to say Earthrise, Deluxe Class Hubcap, with the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Deluxe Class Cliff Jumper, and the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class pipes. For our final set of alt mode comparisons, here we have the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Deluxe Class Hubcap with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Amazon exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And first thing you want to do is, remove all the accessory pieces. The hardest one, of course, being this one. And wow, that was actually pretty easy. I'm just going to go ahead and fold that back over. There, we have all that out of the way. Now the first thing I like to do, I don't know if this is what the instructions recommend or not, but this is how I do it. I like to take the hands and just get a hold of them and remove this back piece and just go ahead and get it out of the way. And again, that's whether the instructions say so or not. And the next thing I like to do is untab these side panels. And of course, you're welcome to skip past this if you know how to do all this, which I'm sure you probably do, especially if you have Cliff Jumper or 86 Cliff Jumper. But it's got some tabs on it to help it port into place. And then let's just go ahead and take the front end and see if we can fix that. And tab, yep, there we go. So this piece, well, I wanted to open this piece up. There we go. This piece opens up, and then that piece of hood section you flip over in there. You can close that back up for now. Separate the feet, flip the wheels in like so, and then you can tilt this piece back. And there is a little tab right here, and it tabs in between the spokes of the wheels. And then we have the same thing on the other side. So there's that. Then we'll go ahead and separate these two pieces, and you see there's a little tab. No, it's a slot right here, and there's a little bitty tab right here on the back side of the arm. That's how you know you got the arms turned the right way when you're transforming, is because of these tabs, and they go in those slots, and that's on both sides. Now we've got a hinge right here for the hips, and what we want to do is go ahead and move that forward. Then we can twist those hips around so that the feet are facing forward. And now if this piece is all the way up, you want to go ahead and dislodge it, I guess, and then you can fold the arms up like this. And how that works is you can see how there's kind of a groove right in here, and a tab on the arm side, and you just kind of put it like that, and you see how it all fits together there. Then as far as the arm goes, move it down a bit. And then, did I do that right? Yes, no. I didn't. There you go. Because this port goes on the outside. So basically all you have to do is put the arm down, and there you have it. And then let's see. Even the fists are in the right configuration. Now I ought to say, I don't know if this is a whole thing about Hubcap or not, because I haven't watched any other reviews on him. But in mine, some of the pieces seem to be loose. This doesn't want to tab in, and this piece, this whole piece just seems a little loose. So Oh, I almost forgot. This piece right here, and this post, I don't know, it's too small for the hole. It's really loose in there. But you see, there's the port right here, and that black post. And there, that goes in. And like I said, it's really, really loose. I don't like that. I may have to stuff a piece of paper in there or something. That helps sometimes. Especially since I'm probably not going to be transforming this guy a whole heck of a lot. So there is that. And again, the weapons here, you know, you can use these individually. And pow, 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 pow. If you want to do that. And there is a way. It ain't the easiest thing to do, but you can adjust these. You can clip the weapons in on those tabs and then use these pieces as little wings and make him a little jetpack. So that's okay. And this is probably how I'll keep Hubcap, is with the two weapons like this. I don't really care for that long piece. And you know, this will probably go into storage along with the skis. So I think that's what I did with all the rest of them. Bumblebees, gold bugs. Did Goldbug come with that? I don't remember. Out of the Creatures Collide 4-pack. Cliff Jumper. But there you have it, my friends. Hubcap is all transformed. Let's take a look at the figure in his robot mode. And here we have, you know, that's very Hubcap looking face to me. Not that I'm super 100% familiar with Hubcap. I didn't really get season 3 of the cartoon where I lived. And I don't ever remember seeing him in the Marvel comic book. And to me, that is the Bible of Transformers. It's the Marvel run of the comic book. And then, you know, he's got some nice coloring throughout. Mostly paint apps and stuff. Except for, you know, right here on the face. Is that an orange face and red eyes? That's the way it looks to me. I'm colorblind. Don't make fun of handicapped people. But, you know, all the paint apps and colorations and stuff, exactly the same as what we talked about in his alt mode. Right down to the tampo here on the foot. And I may end up putting a sticker on him, just like I did with Bumblebee and Earthrise Cliff Jumper. Of course, the 86 version has it on there, but so that's pretty cool. Let's talk about his articulation. He doesn't look up much. He doesn't look down much. He doesn't have any chicken neck. He barely has any waggle. He can, well, I say he can. He don't want to. So he might not. Nope, he cannot do the full exorcist. So he can look left and right about that far. I thought he could do the exorcist, but he doesn't. At the shoulder, arm comes out past 90 degrees. A pretty good bit too. 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder as well. At the upper bicep on a mushroom peg, there is a 360 degree rotation. You have to watch out on this mold. Sometimes that mushroom peg likes to jump out. Then at the elbow, slightly better than 90 degrees it looks like. And then 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist. And again, on the mushroom peg, and when you twist it, it does sometimes like to pop out. At the waist, there is a 360 degree rotation. At the hips, he can give you the full splits. He can kick forward that far, not quite 90 degrees. and back like a mule. Well, I say like a mule. It's approximately 90 degrees. So there is that. There is is it a double mushroom? No, it's just a single mushroom right here. It doesn't rotate all the way around though because of the way the leg is molded, so it does have some twist. It just doesn't go all the way around. At the knee, single jointed, gives you approximately 90 degrees of bend. And then at the ankle, it doesn't really have any tilt there, but it does have a buttload of rocker. So there is that. And we talked about the weapons and the jetpack earlier in the transformation section. So I won't go over that stuff again. But what I will say is there's this piece and it's got the post on it. I didn't go over this one. And it can go in his hand, and it can be a club or some sort of equipment, detector, energon, receiver, you know, whatever. But unfortunately, there's really no storage for that stuff in robot mode, other than he holds the guns in his hand, or he can hold the club piece in his hand. But that, my friends, is a look at the figure in his robot mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have the Transformers Generation Selects War for Cybertron Trilogy. I'm going to call him Earthrise. Deluxe Class Hubcap with the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Deluxe Class Cliff Jumper. And the War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Pipes. For our final set of robot mode comparisons, here we have the Transformers Generation Selects War for Cybertron Trilogy, and I'm going to call it Earthrise, Deluxe Class Hubcap, with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee, and the Walmart exclusive Netflix War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Transformers Generation Selects War for Cybertron Trilogy, and I'm going to say he's Earthrise, Deluxe Class Hubcap, I have to say this, you know, it's a repaint of Cliff Jumper with a new head, and that's nothing new in Transformers, modern, G1, all the way through. You know, there's been reuse and reuse and reuse. And, you know, that's fine, as long as it works. And in this case, it does work. Because originally, I do believe that Hubcap was a repaint of Cliff Jumper with a new head. Meant as his replacement. Now, I do like the colors on this. I think the face really stands out. The eyes, I think, kind of blend in a bit. And I kind of feel like they should have put an Autobot tampo for his chest. Even though maybe that's not accurate to the cartoon. Because I never remember seeing Hubcap in the original Marvel run of Transformers. And if it was, he was just a background character and nobody knew who the heck he was. So, but yeah, it took me a while to decide I wanted to get this guy. And what really kicked me into gear to pick him up, you know, is a pun, a little bit of a pun there, not that I intended it, but was Hasbro finally getting around to doing Gears again and doing him in this new deluxe class and doing him justice. And that made me want to go ahead and pick this guy up because he's really the only one of the mini bots that I didn't have that had been released thus far. So, you know, we're waiting on Power Glide, and we're waiting on Wind Charger, Tailgate, and Outback. And I do believe that's all the mini bots. I think all the rest of them have been done in Deluxe class to that point, except for those few I just mentioned. And if I missed one, I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments. Don't be afraid to comment. I'm not going to be mad if I missed one, and I need to know who it is. So, you know, I think those are the only, was it 4 left to do. Power Glide is the only one out of the second set of mini bots, at least what I always call the second set of mini bots. No, I take it back. Sea Spray. We need Sea Spray in the Deluxe class as well. So Sea Spray, Power Glide, Wind Charger, Outback, Tailgate, and Swerve, which is the repaint of Huffer. So I'm pretty sure, you know, Swerve we're gonna get, and Outback will probably be on the Studio Series 86 Brawn mold, retooled a bit, and of course repainted. And then Sea Spray and Power Glide, of course, would have to be new molds, as well as Wind Charger and Tailgate. Which, you know, whichever one they do first, then, you know, the other one is an obvious repaint, retool of that one. So I will be glad when they do finish all the mini bots. I never had all the mini bots. Like that third series of mini bots, I missed out completely on as a kid. Most of the first set of mini bots I had, except maybe not some of the variations like Bumper. So, but you know, I'm pretty sure I had that full set. And then Sea Spray and Beachcomber I had out of the second set, and I had none of them out of the third set. And I don't remember if that was because I never saw them, or I was just like, well, you know, this is just, you know, I don't want Wind Charger again, only in white. It could have been a case of that, but I really don't remember those guys. I might have seen them in the Sears catalog, and that was it. But, you know, as far as this figure goes, if you like that Cliff Jumper mold, then, you know, this guy's fine. I did enjoy messing around with it and transforming it. I do like the, you know, I used to didn't like the transformation on this, but, you know, I've gotten to where I like it now. And so he's a fun little bot. And I appreciate him for what he is. Also, I picked it up at a pretty good discount, so that helped make the decision too. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you're interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.